This is Kosh. You see he's a big cat. Yeah, you're a big cat. You're friggin' huge. Yeah, you're a big cat. Anyway, this is going to be a review on how to assemble. It is a Bucktool 6x10 belt sander. Ooh, with movable stand. One manufacturer makes it for multiple companies. China, obviously. So just because it's a Bucktool, could be any brand. I know they sell probably 4 or 5 different brands on Amazon. I don't recommend buying from Amazon because they're a shit company. Some lowlife there took down 16 years of my views with no explanation, and I contacted everybody that I could possibly contact, and they don't answer you back. They don't care. So they lost literally thousands of dollars, because I'm a company, so they literally lost thousands of dollars worth of sales because one leftist lowlife. So anyway, this thing's been sitting around for God only knows how long. So anyway, I'm going to show you how to put it together and rate it, and Kosh here is going to help. So, well, you can see by all the dirt on it. I've had it here in the garage for God only knows how long. A very long time. So, not that you want to see me unpack it, so I will fade it while I unpack it. Okay. These are your 4 legs. These are the side cross members. Ooh, look at that quality there. Ooh, man. Tell you what, man. China. These are your long bars for the top. These are the short ones, 4 legs. Basically, well, I guess I could show you. You put a leg together with a long bar going across the top and what have you. I'll put one together, but then I gotta mount the camera so you can see exactly what I'm doing. Oh, and you don't have to worry so much about the screws, because you can see, other than the eyeballs here, the hex head, these are all the same. So, very simple. Alrighty, we're going to assume. You know what you do when you assume? You make an ass out of you and me. So basically, you feel all these are the same. So I already put this one on. Okay. Show you real quick. That's what that screw looks like. Okay. Goes up through here, as I believe you can see. They're 10 millimeter. The nuts are 10 millimeter. Alrighty. Just so you know, they're all 10 millimeter. Now, before you snug them up, what I like to do is get them all. It's going to give me some issues here. You know, I'll just hand tighten them. So like I say, I just kind of like to snug them up a little bit. And, you know, then you can hand tighten them after the fact. They go on the inside. Just to give you an idea. The leg itself goes on the let me get back out. So I'm guessing the legs go on the inside for more support. And then if I'm wrong, you'll find out. Alright, and then there's, there you have one of the long legs. And what I'll do is I'm going to assemble the other ones, but you don't really need to see that. You can see how easy that was to assemble. I'm going to assemble these two, and then obviously your two short brackets will go thusly. Then you'll bolt those up. Simple. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it while I assemble the other legs. You don't need to be assembling both legs. It's very simple to do. Alrighty. As you can see, I already got that put together there. Then you put the cross members on it. There's two of those, obviously. Get it lined up here. I already did the one over there, as you can see. And really, and then you drop them, of course. You know, and then, like I say, what you put the bottom shelf on, that'll strengthen it up. You know, so make sure you do that. Have to get down on the floor to do it. Now, I'm not really whether or not this should be like this or over the top. I'm going to put it over the top, if possible. You know what? I don't think it'll work over the top, so we'll put it on the bottom. Yeah. If I can get the screws in, I'm assuming you can kind of see. Doing it from the blind side, so it's hard to. There we go. There it is. Okay. I don't know if it really matters whether this goes over the top. There's a lot of weight's going to be sitting on there. But looking at it, you could probably get it over the. Well, no, you couldn't either. Yeah, because see, there's really not quite enough room to get over the top. You'd really have to force it down to get the screws in. Yeah, so I don't know if it looks like it lines up better for the bottom. So anyway, I'm going to finish putting the frame together, and then I'm going to flip it upside down and show you how the shelf goes on. So we'll cut it right here for a minute. Alright, you can see I have it upside down. Alright, this is your shelf. I don't know if you can see the whole thing or not. So anyway, this goes in. Anyway, it goes in your very top, which is technically, I guess, your bottom holes. I'm assuming you can kind of see here. Apparently I dropped it. Probably if I slid that out that way, you'll see better. go. Because there's 3 holes. 3 sets of holes. So it goes in your top square holes. Or closest to the floor if you're assembling it the way I am. But the top of the unit is where they'll actually go. As you can see, the holes are oblong. Alright. That one there does not run a thread on. I don't know if it's the nut or if it's a screw. Grab another nut, we'll see. Could be the screw. Or the bolt, rather. Yep, bad nut. So anyway, move this so you can see better. And then these here little feet, they just get pushed in there. You got to force them in. As you can see, it's got that little ridge on them, so you got to kind of force them in. But I'm trying to get this part done right now. And then, like I said, then I'll tighten them up. Because obviously it's easier to tighten them up once you get them all on, and then you stand the unit up. Then that way there, you know that everything basically is square. If you happen to have an uneven floor. This concrete is really level. I did it myself. I don't believe I did a video of it. But it's a hex head. I don't want to waste too much time here filming this part. You know, it's just simple bolts. Bolts and nuts. Yeah, that's the one that's the one that's issues here. And I'm missing one because I dropped it on the floor. And I don't know where it went. It rolled somewhere. Yeah. Anyway, I dropped one on the floor and I just don't happen to see where it went. Yeah, I dropped it on the floor and I don't know where it went. Alright, so I missed one, but I had plenty of land. There it is. I knew it was somewhere. So anyway, as you can see, I have them all in. Or we'll have them all in a little second here. Wants to fight me. Nothing unusual about that. You always have one, right? And like I say, all the nuts and bolts here are all the same. Except the wheel ones, okay? The wheel ones, the wheels get mounted on the back of this. So I will show you that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it here. Alright. So you can see the, alright, I have the wheels somewhere. You can see these are the wheels. So they're actually a pretty good sized wheel, as you can see. Zoom it out. So you can see it's a pretty good sized wheel. These get bolted on the side here, so you can tip like this, so you can tip the unit, and I'll show you that in a minute. Let me get everything situated here. Alright, now one thing, make it easier on you, when you put the rubber feet in, okay, moisten the ends of them, you know, the part that slips in, with silicone spray, a little bit of oil, a little bit of spit, whatever you want. There you go. Oh, look at that, it's already scratched up. Then the wheels, you can see they're real cheap wheels. They don't exactly spin freely, but you know, how often are you going to move it? You can oil them or silicone them. Well, this one here is already bent, so it does come pre-bent from China, so that's a plus. Quality control, right? So anyway, I will show you how to do that. Let me get everything lined up. I'm going to have to shift the camera. Alrighty. Alright, to put the legs on, use a hex head. Alright, all the nuts are the same. Gotta feel around for your hole. Obviously you're going to have to use a wrench to get in here to do the tighten holes up. You might be able to just hold it with your finger, because these the nuts have the ridges on them, so they grab easier. So you could probably get away with doing it that way. Put the top one in, it makes it easier at first. You can see you just slip it in. Slip it in this way. And then put your nut on it. Alright, grab another one, do the same thing. It's kind of a pain doing it this way, but there's really no other way to get to. So you just gotta kind of play around with it a little bit till you get it on there. Alright, and then snug those up. They're all the same, they're all 10 millimeter. Yeah, it grabs pretty good, so you don't have to worry about holding it with a wrench. So it grabs really good, so you don't have to hold it with a wrench. So you can see that's pretty simple. You know, snug them up. You don't want to over tighten them, obviously. If you over tighten them, then you'll snap them, so you don't want to over tighten them. So it's trying to give you an idea, and then I'll cut it here while I show you how to put the handles on it. Because there are handles that go on the other side. Hey, Calico. Yeah, what's it, huh? Oh, and I got two more cats here. You can't see them. Hey, guys. Yep, there's one. You can see her. And the other one's right there, too. They just want to get some petted. That's all. Yeah, this one here is Calico. You want to get on the camera? There you go. Yeah. Alright, so we'll cut it here. There you go. I can see them both wandering around. And this is cut here. Oh, Cutter just went past. She wants a little action. Okay, sweetie. Alright, you can see the handles. They just bolt on. Snug them up. So that way there you can lift it to move it. And that's how you put the stand together. Pretty simple. Not very difficult. Babylon 5 shirt. Best show ever. So anyway, that's all together. Now I'll put the top on it. That's what these are for, possibly. I'm guessing. Rubber feet to hold the top on. So, well, technically it's not a top, I guess. But anyway, there's a bunch of bolts for that. Then I just lost one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it here. Oops. Anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it here. And put the there you go. Put the little rubber handles on there. you know, the feet, these are already put together, the handles, so you just bolt them on there. So that's it all the way, and there you go. Then I'll get a shot of me setting it up on there. The sander itself is already assembled, so I will get a shot of that. Tip this up because we're going to have it tipped up to do it. And yeah, I'm going to lift the sander up. Oh, box just caved in. So anyway, I'm going to lift the sander up out of here and set it on there, and then I'll show you how to bolt that down. Alright, there's the bolt you use. Alright, you got to have a washer on it, obviously. And they give you the, if you notice it's an Allen, they do give you the Allen wrench. It does come with it, which is pretty handy, if you must say so. So anyway, that's nice of them to give you the Allen wrench. And you can see that's pretty simple. You just line it up. Now the nut size on these is 13 millimeter. So they are 13 millimeter, which is the exact same thing as half inch. A lot of people don't know that. That 13 and 1/2 inch are exactly the same. And you also put a washer and a nut, you know, on the bottom, obviously. So obviously you need to use a deep well socket to be able to do that. Now the stand itself is, it looks crooked when you put it together. Oh, really? This one here is giving me some issues. It doesn't want to thread on. There we go. Oh, but anyway, the stand actually looks like it's crooked when you assemble it. As far as the front legs compared to the back. But that's basically so you can literally get right on top of the unit when you're using it. And so that's why it's designed that way. So when you're assembling it, it's really not crooked, even though it looks like it's crooked. It's really not. So alrighty. So anyway, yes, there's a bunch of Christmas decorations piled up behind me that I'm still trying to get put away. Probably can't even see me, can you? Yeah, I guess you can see me. Not that you need to see the guy that's assembling it. You know, that's what you get for cheap China stuff. Even the bolts are made cheap. But that's what manufacturers want. Man, this one is not wanting a thread on there. There we go. Nope. Man. Yep, that was being a pain. Yeah, it's just junk. Cheap bolts. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to snuggle that up. Alright, I'm going to snuggle that up. And then I will show you how to raise this up a little bit so you can see. Swing it over here. And then, because obviously you have to put the disc on it. As you can see, it's not on there yet, so you have to assemble that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to snuggle these up, and then I'll show you how to put the disc on it and a couple other things, and then we'll fire it up and see how she does. So I'm going to cut it right here, see what happens. Alright, let me snuggle all these up. Now the other thing, if you're not going to use the stand, it does come with feet that you bolt on this if you're just going to set it on a bench. So you don't use these if you're going to mount it on a stand. Just so you know. This here is your stop fence. You can see already comes pre-bent. Alright, you gotta love the Chinese. When you put it on there, put your little adjusters facing this way. You'll have to loosen some of these the hex heads. And obviously, because this one's bent, it's going to take a little bit to get it in position. There you go. Make sure you're not rubbing. This cheap little plastic piece on here was rubbing. Top quality, right? And you know, this can move up and down. Not very much though, okay? Because it's chintzy, you know, it's made in China. You expect nothing less. The hex head wrench, use that to snug these up. Whatever I did with it. There it is. Because obviously you don't want this to come loose on you. Yeah, of course. The only cat that's missing out here is Bones. I'm not sure where he's at. Probably outside running around somewhere. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. We'll call it good there. This is adjustable also, up and down through the hex heads on the side. And there you go. That's how you put that fence on there. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put the let me get down so you can see me. I'm going to go ahead and put the disc on it now. It's over there, I got to unwrap it. Then I'll show you how that goes on. That's a Phillips screw on that, but there's other pieces that have to go on there, so I'm going to unwrap all that, and then I'll show you how to do that. Now on the back of the disc here, see the little key there? Make sure that you have that. Because it's not in the back box, it's boy, you can tell during the manufacturing process this bad boy was totally unbalanced, because look how much material they had to use to get the disc to balance. That is horrible. So anyway, make sure you put your key in there. Make sure it's lined up. Usually you can just slide it in, but it ain't going to slide in there. Yeah. Doesn't want to slide in, so... Ooh, piece of metal right there. Yeah, the shaft itself is a poorly... yeah, the shaft itself is pretty shitty. Yeah. Yeah, the shaft is not, it's bent, the end of the shaft when they ground it. So maybe yours will be in better than that. I got a cat right down here that wants attention. Yeah, so trying to get the key in here. Maybe take some cobbling because it is not going to go in. Yeah. Because the end of the shaft is shitty. Now I got a cat on my lap. See her tail? Yeah, because the end of that shaft is bent, so I don't know if yours will be the same way. So you're gonna have to knock it in there somehow. You can't sit on me, sweetie. I'm right in the middle of doing something here. It's close to going in. Oh, anyway, she just wants some attention. Don't you? Yeah, you do. She just wants some loving. Yeah. Right in the middle of filming a video and she wants some loving. Isn't that terrible? So anyway, I'm going to cut this real quick so I can get that key in there. And then I'll start filming again. Alright. I got that bad boy in there. And the Phillips threads are clockwise threads. So nothing hard about that. The disc, of course, is gum. You know, tacky. So when you put that on there, do your best to get it centered. I'm not going to do that right this second. Then there's little screws in here. Alright, for your cover for it. I'll show those to you. They're already in there. Those are also Phillips. There goes one. This is for your, basically your safety cover. Also for your vacuum attachment. So you can hook it's got a slot there. So if you're going to hook if you're doing wood and that, you can, it's going to kick up a lot of dust. And there goes that screw. So there's an attachment on the other side of this for a vacuum. And we'll get a shot of that. But I got to get there goes that one. It's on the floor somewhere. So anyway, there it is. So anyway, I'm going to cut it. I'm going to get the sanding disc put on here, and then I'm going to put all this together. There's also the, where's it at? Your platform here. This is already assembled. That obviously bolts on there. Alright, so I will cut it here. Then I'll get this on there, and then we'll finish. Alright, we're going to lower this down. And, like I said, basically Phillips screws to put the cover back on. It's just cheap plastic. you know, get all your screws in first, and then, you know, to line it up. Oh, there goes Kosh. Yeah, Kosh. Probably can't see her. She's a bit down there. You might be able to see her. But anyway, get all your screws started, and then, yeah, there we go. This one's crooked, but hey, misthreaded. And anyway, so snug your screws up. You don't want to over tighten them because you don't want to break anything. But you want them snug because obviously you don't want this thing coming off. There we go. Okay. Alrighty. Alright. Then what you do, this thing's covered in oil, just so you know. And that gets bolted right on here, just like that. Alright. I'll get everything together, and then I can actually film that also. Alright, the other thing you have to do is these little guys here. You have to, that's your guide, so you have to put those on. Okay, I'm assuming you can see that, right? Yeah. It's just 2 screws on each one. That's your guide for the. You almost have to do that after you get it in position. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to get it on there. I mean, I suppose you could force it out a little bit. So, yeah, see? So you have to put that on after the fact. Wait, you know what? We can get one of them on there anyway. And, so one you can put on, and then the other one you have to do, like I say, after the, that's your guide. And can't find the hole. There we go. Anyway, so make sure you put those on there and then snug those up. And then the handles itself, I'll show you that. It's going to be a little bit more tricky. And here's one for you. I put a couple of global warming videos up. And somebody over there at Google, you know, one of the leftist Dems, I would imagine, the videos they left up, okay, because I didn't deny global warming. I don't believe mankind is responsible, but that's an opinion. But anyway, I put a lot of facts on there about global warming. And what's funny is one of the videos, now what you have to do with these, okay, is you have to unscrew the screws that go in there. They're spring loaded. You have to unscrew that, otherwise you're not going to be able to get that on all the way. So you have to do that. You have to thread these in there, get them on. Otherwise you're not going to be able to get them threaded in. Because it'll hit this one you can, but the other one on the other side, it will, yeah, okay, it will hit the, and these are also 1/2 inch or 13 millimeter. Also, anyway, you run them in to where they're almost all the way in, because you want to still have movement on it, so you can take the handles and put the handles. But anyway, like I was saying about my global warming videos, is the one shows 20 some people left comments, Google took down over half of the comments. So I don't want to mention what the comments were. There was nothing, no bad language or anything, but I don't want to say what the comments were, because if I do, then the lowlifes over there at Amazon will absolutely probably won't let me. We'll take this video down. Okay, so we're probably pretty good right there. Let's see. Yeah. So anyway, so I'm not going to say, because some of them I was able to see, and some of the people I actually, oh, those are Phillips. Some of the people I actually know. We communicate back and forth, and they told me what they had put on there, and yeah, there we go. And anyway, so YouTube actually took down over half of the comments on the second video, and the first one I'm not sure how many they took off of that one, but they took several off of the second one, over half of them. So that's at least 15 or more comments they took down. And the other part that's really I find funny is I got a new member that signed up. There you go. I got a new member that signed up, and he said he signed up simply because he's seen the blue warning on the second video. Something about the UN, UN saying that global warming is, anyway, so it has a warning on there, for those idiots. And yeah, there you go. So anyway, that's how you assemble it. But anyway, I think it was wrong of YouTube. Now, if there was nasty language on there, but to be honest with you, a lot of my videos I do use some pretty sweet language. So anyway, there you go. We're together. And so anyway, I just think YouTube taking down what people said when there literally was nothing nasty. There we go. So anyway, there literally was, because I looked at the videos. I mean, a couple of the people told me what they had put down, and no foul language. All they did basically was question what the UN said. I gotta watch how I word it, because otherwise they'll pull this video down because of that. So anyway, I encourage you to watch them. But anyway, it's funny because the second global warming video that I put up has more views than the first one, and the first one doesn't have that blue thing at the bottom about United Nations. Because on the first video, I didn't say anything about global warming not being a fact, because it actually is, But anyway, so I encourage you to watch those videos. But it's just funny that the second one is more popular than the first one, simply because YouTube is making a big deal out of it by putting that warning on it, and the fact that they are taking down comments. Now, some of the comments I didn't get to see. Some of them I did see, because they'll show up on my YouTube channel itself. When I go into it, I've seen some of them, but I didn't get to see them all before they took them down. And the ones I did see had no kind of nasty language or anything. I swear a lot. I swear a lot in my videos, in some of them. But anyway, I just thought that was funny that the clowns over there at YouTube took them down. So anyway, I'm going to set this in place, and then we'll fire it up and see how she does, and I'll get a shot of that. So anyway, there you go. Cheap China. The model number of this bad boy. And you can see they didn't even, you can see I'm rubbing somewhere here. Yeah, the disc, it's going to have to get, oh, sorry about that. It is rubbing. It's rubbing right here, because I have the disc over too far. So what I'm going to have to do, when I fire it up, I'll have to adjust it. That's what this thumb screw is here. You adjust that so the belt will slide either direction. Yeah, because it looks like it's going to have to come over a little bit. So, and that also sets the tension on it. Yeah. Once I fire it up, we'll see what happens. But anyway, I'm going to get it over there in position where I'm going to have it permanently setting. And then I'll fire it up. And I do have something to sand. It's a piece of metal, thin metal if I can find it. It's for a shower. It's got lots of corrosion. I know it's out here. I'll have to find it. Alright, then we'll fire this baby up and see how it works. Alright, to adjust the position of this baby, up, down, or whatever, you loosen this hex head right here. You loosen this one right there. You know, and that's to adjust it up, you know, and down. It has, to me it has very poor tracking. I mean, you could definitely, everything's tight. So it's hard to say what's causing half the vibration. Sounds like it's flooding somewhere. I have the tracking all the way loose to try to keep the belt. So it doesn't take much movement on this to adjust the belt. But, you know, I'm guessing that disc is not perfectly balanced. So anyway, I'm guessing this disc is not perfectly balanced. But, you know, it's a piece of crap from China. So you expect nothing less. There was also some metal shavings here, almost like the unit was used, but I don't think it was because everything else looks fine. Anyway, the model number of this thing is, get a shot of the model number there for you. This is the vacuum attachment, right, where you hook a shot back up to it. So anyway, there's your information on it. As you can see, zoom in a little bit. Give you enough time to read it. So it's a 10-inch. Very noisy, so I told you right there it's pretty chintzy. And basically I compared a bunch of different manufacturers. They're all made by, they all look exactly the same, so I'm going to take a shot in the dark and say they're all made by the same cheap China thing. All they do is throw this sticker on it right there. If you want, you know, a different brand has a different sticker. But when I was looking at them, the speed, the belt size, the sanding disc size, the RPM, everything on them was exactly the same. So they're all made in China. They just put a sticker on it for your manufacturer, like Tool Time. There you go, Tool Time tools. What was that, Bedford or whatever it was? So anyway, it is extremely noisy. You almost need hearing protection when you're using it. So it'll still do the job. If I start doing a lot of woodwork, I have a lot of woodworking tools, then obviously I would get a bigger one than this. But for you know, normal use, everyday use, it'll probably do just fine. And there you go. You know, it comes with everything there. You can see, I mean, obviously it's heavy. Don't get me wrong. You know, it's extremely heavy. Well, this part here is cast. This part here. This could be probably what's vibrating because this is just cheap, thin plastic. Everything's tight. I'll go through and make sure everything's tight. But a lot of it's just cheap plastic. And like I say, they were all the same. As long as it does the job. So, So anyway, there you go. And I just appreciate anybody watching my videos. And encourage you to watch more. Because I did reviews on my abrasive cabinet there and the reclaimer there and the filter. So anyway, I had something to sand. It's metal though, so I gotta watch. It's a cheap thin metal, so I'll have to find it. And so anyway, there you go. It'll probably do the job. Vacuum attachment, which is nice, and we'll see how it holds up. So anyway, if you want to subscribe, hit the little B in the bottom right hand corner. And I just appreciate everybody watching my videos. I am up to over 78,000 views. 132 people. I had somebody join this morning, and like I said, thanks to YouTube is why he joined. So I thought that was pretty sweet. And so anyway, keep your comments clean. Because I don't think they allow language. You can swear in the videos, but I don't think they allow it on your comments. So anyway, I just appreciate everybody watching. If you want to subscribe, hit the little B in the bottom right hand corner. And I just appreciate everybody watching my videos. You got to hit 1,000 subscribers before you make any money. That ain't never going to happen. I've been on there a year this past October, and I only have 130 people. 132 now, but 78,000 views, figure that out. It's over 75,000 hours of view time. So anyway, I just appreciate everybody watching, and thanks.